Hi everyone, welcome back to the Happily Exhausted Mama, and this is another video after the one that I posted on the essentials you need for your baby. And I thought obviously next I need to talk about the essentials that's needed for the mom. I'm a first time mom to a 5-month-old baby boy, and I had a C-section, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that were of absolute importance to me and without which I could not have survived the first few months after I gave birth. The first thing that I would like to mention are clothes. Now you need loose fitting, comfortable clothes. I think the clothes that you wore towards later half of your pregnancy work well just after you've given birth, because you're still going to look around 5-6 months pregnant immediately after giving birth. If you want to be fancy and you want to have specialized feeding gowns or feeding bras or just feeding clothes in general, those are available abundantly online and in shops as well. You can go ahead and buy some of them. I didn't invest so much in those clothes because I thought they wouldn't be of much help in a few months anyway. Now one special mention that I did invest in was high-waisted underwear. Because I had a C-section, I didn't want anything cutting onto my scar, and I wanted that area to be left fuss-free. Hence I made sure that I have high-waisted cotton underwear so that nothing can just sort of irritate the area around my scar. So that's a good thing to have in your wardrobe. The second thing is blood. Oh my god, you're going to have so much bleeding, and all women bleed after giving birth, but obviously the duration and the intensity of that bleeding varies from woman to woman. So you will need sanitary napkins. The high absorbent ones, maybe the nighttime sanitary napkins, are the ones that you would want to invest in, because this will serve a better purpose. And towards the end of this postpartum bleeding, you might want to invest in panty liners. These are just thinner versions of sanitary napkins, the smaller ones, so you're not wasting your expensive sanitary napkins where you're barely bleeding. So this is a definite must have, and you will get some at the hospital, and then you will need to get more when you come back home. Now from one bodily fluid to another, your milk. Now once your milk comes in, it takes some time to regulate itself, and you will be leaking all over the place, so you need breast pads. So I used the Love Lap disposable breast pads. These are individually packed, so they're easy to carry around, and they're pretty hygienic, and you will need them when you're stepping outside your house, or even at home if you have people coming over and you don't want to stain through your clothes. These are always a good thing to have. Now the source of this bodily fluid, the milk itself. Now even if you're planning to exclusively breastfeed your baby, which is the best thing to do, you might want to look into pumping a bit, especially if you want to go back to work and you want to store your milk, or if you don't want your engorgement to happen so that you can drain your milk properly, you will need a pump. So before I because I'm a first time mom, I didn't know whether I'd be able to breastfeed, what would happen. I first bought a manual breast pump. This is by Love Lab, and then later on when I figured that I am going to do a little bit of pumping, a little more of pumping actually, I invested in the Love Lab electric breast pump. I will do a separate video on both of these, just an in-depth review on both of these items. These are a lot less expensive than if you say the Philips pumps, but they are pretty effective, so these are a good buy, and I'll do a separate video on them. Now the third thing in this category is the HAKA. Now the HAKA is the latest trend in pumping, and I understand why that is so. It's made of 100% silicone, and it's basically a very light pump. Like you can use it as a manual pump, but mostly it's a milk catcher, so it suctions onto the if you're pumping on one side, or if you are feeding your baby on the other side, you can suction this into the other side. It will just catch all your milk, and then you can feed your baby through this. It's very easy to clean. Again, I'll do a separate video on just the HAKA itself, and this is a great purchase for new moms. Now having fed your baby, you need to take care of yourself after you've fed the baby. And a lot of people go through a very common problem, which is cracked or sore nipples. Now I did not want my baby to ingest something which wasn't natural, so I got to know from a lot of places that the best way to actually take care of yourself or take care of your nipples actually is to use your own milk. So you just smear it on, let it air dry, and that will take care of any soreness, or if it's cracked. Even then, if it's something more severe, I used organic virgin coconut oil, because this is 100% edible and this is a good quality. So I would use this so that in case the baby gets it into his mouth, I will not be feeding something which is not good for him. So this is what I used. Now to the next wonderful thing that pregnancy does to your body is stretch marks. And if you are one of those lucky women who don't have stretch marks, I completely envy you. I, on the other hand, have a lot of stretch marks. So there are a couple of products in the market which claim to work well on stretch marks. However, to break your bubble or to burst your bubble, actually there is no product available which can actually completely eliminate your scars. They remain, they may lighten over time, but they definitely stay for a very, very long time, or maybe forever. Now the two products that I used, one was bio oil. Now bio oil is actually recommended from the second month of pregnancy itself, and then you can go on to use it for as long as you want. However, if you've had a C-section, make sure you don't use bio oil for at least 6 weeks after you've had the surgery, especially around the scar area. Avoid using it. You can start using it again after 6 weeks. So in the meantime, you can use something like this. Now this is Palmer's cocoa butter stretch marks. I got both the bio oil and the Palmer's cocoa butter from Nykaa. They usually have major discounts on these products, and they're always good to pick up. So you will get them for less than 500 if you get them from Nykaa if they are on sale. Okay, so now I have mentioned stretch marks and nipple cream and sanitary napkins. Now the next few things that I want to mention, or before that is, if you have had a C-section and if you want to relieve the pain there, like you will have pain, you will be on painkillers. One more thing that does help is to give some hot, like if you heat the area and give some sort of heat relief. So you can either use a traditional hot water bottle for that, so you can fill up with hot water bottle and you can put it on your belly and it will feel really good, and trust me, the pain goes away. The same thing is for a heating pad. You can use an electric heating pad like this, and that will also alleviate the pain. So this is a definite must have. Now the other things that I'm going to talk about are not really must-haves, but good to have. Like they're things that will help you sort of deal with this situation better. Now this is something that I saw in a lot of other reviews. I hope you can see it. This really large, rather large pillow. Now this is a nursing pillow. It has got a belt-like system, so you can put it on your waist and then you can just buckle it up. And you can buckle it up and the baby sort of stays here, and there is a pouch for you to keep the phone and everything. Now, was this a must-have? Not really. Was it good to have? Yes, definitely. Especially in the first couple of months, my baby was rather small, so I would just put it around myself and put the baby on top of it. It would be much easier for me to feed the baby. If your baby is larger, or you are comfortable, or you don't have the C-section scar pain, you can just use a regular normal pillow or nothing at all to feed the baby. This was very helpful the first couple of months, and I did have to put pressure on my stomach while feeding the baby, but later on I find not a lot of use for it. There are some nursing pillows out there which are differently shaped, which you can later on use to prop the baby up. I feel those are multi-purpose, and you could get those maybe. The next thing is actually dry shampoo. Now this is good to have because you will feel and look like a mess. Unfortunately, we are not royalty. We're not going to look great after we give birth, and there will be so many people coming to see you and meet you, and there will be some days when you would want to dress up a little bit. And shampooing your hair, especially with long hair like me, can just feel like time wasted where you could have rested. So a dry shampoo becomes your best friend. This is by Collab. This was a gift. There are other brands in the market like Be Blunt and Batiste, which are also very good. And if you don't want to invest in a separate dry shampoo, guess what, we have the hack sitting right in front of our faces thanks to our babies, which is baby powder. Baby powder works really well, so you just have to sprinkle some on your scalp and you're good to go, and just brush your hair through and you will find that all the oil has gone in a few seconds. So you can use baby powder as well. Next, I think earphones. My god, you would want to listen to music, you would want to watch a video without waking your baby up, so please have earphones on you. With an earphone you can also keep like one ear open so that you can hear your baby moving, or if it makes some noise you can do that. So earphones are very, very important. Now the final thing, I think, without which was a must have for me, might not be for you, is an app. Now this is the Glow Baby app. If you can see it, now the Glow Baby app is, you can put things like when did you last feed your baby, how much did your baby sleep. I didn't use that much this feature that much though. Diaper change, pumping, how long have you pumped for, which side did you pump, how much milk did you get. And I was so zoned out after I gave birth, like I had no concept of day or time or just nothing. Like if someone would ask me when did your baby eat last, I would just stare at them with a blank expression on my face and be like, I don't know. And thanks to this app, I started using it from I think day 2 or day 3 after I came back home, and it just made my life so much easier. This can also be shared, so if you have your husband or someone else also taking care of your baby, or if your mom and they're tech savvy, you can share this with them if you are going out to work, so you know what your baby is up to. You can also record milestones on this. So today my baby sat up or my baby smiled, and you can add your milestones like today my baby met the grandparents for the first time. So anything that is important to you. You can also log in the weight, the head circumference, all of that, so keep a track of your baby's growth on this as well. So this has been an absolute must have, I would say, especially for the first 3 months after I gave birth. I have stopped using it now because now, you know, he's nearly 6 months old now, and I know his pattern. Brain has cleared up a lot, memory is getting better, but this app really helped me through the tough few months after I gave birth. So that is it, guys. I think I have covered everything that I felt was very important to me. I hope you got to learn something new, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment. I am also on Instagram as the Happily Exhausted Mama, and I would love to hear from you. What were the things that helped you sail through the first few months after pregnancy? So talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.